Hey man, what's good with y'all boys? And it's me, Reem, back in another one. But we about to look at this the most overpaid NBA player from every team, 2019-2020 season. So without further ado, after we gonna see who deserved and who didn't. We gonna get on them and see.
Today we're going back to a video I haven't done in a pretty long time. The most overpaid player from every NBA team. And a lot's changed since I last did one of these. Not much needs to be explained here, so let's go. First we have the Celtics with Gordon Hayward. And there might be a couple guys you could think of on the Celtics who are getting a little overpaid, but no one's competition for Gordon, who's getting $32 million a year, but has faced injuries and hasn't even been close to the player that the Celtics thought they were getting when they signed him to that max contract in 2017. And to be honest,
He deserved it because his potential is the reason why he got that. The stuff he was doing in Utah
then the Miami
the
Heat,
season
and
prior
I'll
to
say
that.
they don't have any overpaid players. As we know, most of the roster consists of young and role players, so no one's really even able to be overpaid. One could argue for Iguodala. He's the Heat's third highest paid player, but with his experience, I'd pay that too to have him on the team. The Bucks. There's no contest for this Bucks spot though, because they gave Chris Middleton a max contract, and I really still don't know why. That's really just like if the Blazers gave CJ McCollum a max deal. They were just so caught up in thinking he was the perfect complement to Giannis that they had to keep him. But they didn't have to if they let him walk. Think of all the players that would have just lined right up to play with Giannis. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying Chris is terrible, but he's definitely not max contract worthy.
No, he's not max contract, but
really
20 million is good for him.
Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid, who have already gotten paid. Tobias Harris and Al Horford were the team's two highest paid players this year.
Damn.
And they're both co-owners of this.
Hey, Ben Simmons, bro. I don't care what you do, bro. You don't deserve that shit, bro. Go get a jump shot, bro. How are you in the NBA and can't shoot, bro? How did scouts draft you knowing you couldn't shoot a basketball, bro? And there's people that can shoot a basketball, like me. Tobias Harris, I'll give you a pass. I'll probably give you a pass. Because sometimes you just not consistent, but you get buckets. Al Horford, bro, you don't deserve that. Ass, bro.
For this team, even though
Butt juice garbage, bro. You don't deserve that shit.
And that's because both of their contracts are terrible. And Al's already not very effective at 34 years old, but at 38 years old, he'll still be getting paid $26 million. And in the year 2024, Tobias Harris is going to be getting paid.
Look at this man. He couldn't even shoot. What the fuck was that, Benson?
Oh, and he'll be the team's highest paid player every single year until then, even over Simmons and Joel. The Brooklyn Nets really don't have anyone overpaid, but maybe Kevin Durant could turn out that way, depending on how his return goes. The Knicks do have an overpaid player though, and it's definitely Bobby Portis. Julius Randle's the team's highest paid player, and that makes sense. He's shown a lot of potential.
I've never seen anybody with a Bobby Portis jersey, bro. Julius Randle, bust, bro. The shit you was doing in high school in Kentucky, bro. Bro, you would have thought this guy was the next. I can't even compare him to the next one. That's how you know he was a different monster, bro.
But
I would bust both their ass, bro.
Thing he's ever done in his career was punch his teammate. But
they could team up on me 2v1.
$15 million this year, and will do so next year too. For the Orlando Magic, they have Aaron Gordon making $19 million a year and Evan Fournier making $17 million. And honestly,
Evan, what? I can't even pronounce his last name, bro. You don't deserve it, bro.
I don't know who to give this one to. I'd probably lean more towards Aaron Gordon, though.
Aaron Gordon, bro, you can't even shoot, bro. All you do is dunk.
So,
that's why I say you maybe deserve it,
but then again, he's still only just a scorer, so how much better can he really get?
Evan dude,
so it's 50-50 here. The Pistons. It's crazy to think that this was finally the last year of Brandon Knight's big 5-year, $70 million contract that he signed with the Suns in 2015. He put up
5 million, 70 million, bro. Suns, what was y'all thinking, bro? Y'all picked him over me?
19 to game the year
Bro,
that he
Brandon
signed
Knight's
it,
the
but
biggest
has
bust,
been
bro. We will
terrible ever
forever
since
remember
then.
you for
So he
that
made
shit that
15
Kyrie
million
did to
this
you in that
year,
All-Star
and it's
game,
the
bro.
last
We will
year that he's
forever
going to be
remember
an
that shit.
overpaid
We
player.
will
The
forever remember
Atlanta
you
Hawks. The
missing
Hawks
that
are
wide
so
open
bad,
layup
and they have a
to
team
win the
full of young
game. We will
players,
forever
so they
remember
did
that,
take
bro.
on a few bad contracts this
I don't know
year.
what.
And the biggest
After
one
you
that
did
they
that shit, the
still
Suns still
have,
signed you,
which
bro.
runs
Was
out
the
at the end
owner
of this
on
season,
crack
is
or
Jeff Teague, who got paid
Hennessy? What
$19
the fuck was he on,
million
bro?
this season. And for a bench player that averaged 10 points a game, Jeff
Damn,
made way more
damn.
than
Oh,
he
he was
should
fucking
have.
Lance
So the
Stevenson on that play. I ain't
The
gonna lie.
Cavs wouldn't be the Cavs if they didn't have an overpaid player. And it's not surprising that they have three of them. Tristan Thompson at
This
18
nigga's fucking
million,
garbage,
Andre
bro.
Drummond making 27
Cavs.
million, and Kevin Love getting paid $28 million. And I'm gonna give this one to
Kevin Love
Love.
wasn't the
He's
same
the
as
best
the
player that I
Timberwolves
just
one, bro.
mentioned.
He
Just
got
for the fact
lazy,
that
bro.
they had no
So
business
you don't
signing him
deserve
to
that, bro.
contract that was so big for so long at this
If it
point
was,
in his
if I was
career.
paying
He's
for the
not a new
Timberwolves,
max
Kevin
contract
Love,
player because he's very
with the
far
little
worse
knee
than
pads,
where he was a
42,
team star. And the
yeah,
Bulls
you
still have
deserve
one
it,
of,
but
if
you don't
not
deserve
the
it right
most
now.
overpaid player in the NBA. And no one is still sure how Otto Porter got a deal so big. I mean, the Wizards really
That's what I'm
thought
saying,
he
bro.
was gonna
Like,
be
these scouts or these owners, like, what the fuck do they be on when they sign? Bro, what do you see in Otto? What potential do you be seeing in Otto Porter, bro?
star player, and we're just so wrong. He made $27 million
This is
this
sad,
year,
bro.
and
This
will
is
do so
sad,
next
bro.
year too. The Raptors. I love what Marcus Hall brought to the Raptors, even though he's transitioned into being a role player now. And since he did make that transition, but was still in the last year of his huge contract, he was a role player for Toronto, coming off the bench making $25 million. But hey, we can't even be mad at this one. The Pacers' most overpaid player
Bro,
goes to
imagine
Marcus
me
Turner.
coming off
He's
the bench
making
25,
$18 million right
man.
now,
I'm
and
probably
he's
not
not
even
like
scoring double
severely
digits.
overpaid. He's one of the better defenders
That's
in the
sad,
entire
bro.
NBA, but for how much he really lacks on offense still, plus for the fact that he doesn't even really fit in with Sabonis anymore, I'd say they're paying him a little bit too much. The Wizards, easily John Wall, no comment. The Hornets, I mean, what's even going on?
I haven't seen John Wall on the court for like 30 years, bro. I'm just being honest. I fuck with him,
so
though.
overpaid, and only one of them is any good. Nicholas Batum made $25 million this season. Bismack Biyombo made 17.
I can't even say his name. That should speak for you. I can't even repeat his name, bro. That should just speak for you. You deserve like $2 million, bro.
Cody Zeller made $14 million, and Terry Rozier made $19 million this season.
He deserved it because his potential is the reason why he got that. Because when Kyrie went down last year, or I mean a year ago or whatever, 2 years ago, when Jason Tatum dunked on LeBron, he was carrying the Celtics team. So that's what the Hornets saw in him and paid him this money. So yeah, he gets a
The
pass.
first three prove why the Hornets are always terrible, and I'm not too mad at Rozier's contract because he did have a good year, but for the fact that Devontae Graham came in on a $1 million deal and pretty much outplayed him, it makes him look bad. But yeah, Batum, Bismack, and Zeller, I'll take this one.
Devontae
The
Graham,
Lakers,
dude,
they
yeah,
really have
I seen
nobody,
him.
but if I
He's
was
up
going to
and
give it
coming.
to somebody, it'd probably be Kentavious Caldwell-Pope for obvious reasons. The Clippers also don't really have any overpaid players.
What?
Caldwell-Pope for obvious reasons.
$8 million?
The Clippers
Nah, he's
also
worth that. He's
don't
worth that.
really
He's
have
worth
any
that.
overpaid players.
For LA, Lakers, Los Angeles Lakers, in Los Angeles, California. Bro, Caldwell Pope is ass, bro.
Could
So
argue that Paul George is it.
you know,
especially since
I'm
he
glad
helped
he's
consistently
under double.
win in the
He's
playoffs,
under double
being the
digits.
team's highest paid player over
He don't deserve no
500.
10 million and
But
up.
we'll leave this one
He
at
don't,
home.
bro.
The Nuggets. The Denver Nuggets overpaid Paul Millsap this year in what was the last year of his huge contract. The contract's over when the season officially ends, so they'll finally be free of that. But he still makes the spot for making $30 million this year, which was the most on the team.
What has he contributed to the playoffs this year, bro? Can y'all let me know? Murray be doing dumb shit sometimes, and he be doing filthy shit sometimes, so I'll still bring him to this list. And Jokic, bro. Jokic is gonna be better than Dirk, bro. And Paul Millsap didn't even do shit in the. I haven't even heard his name. He scored? I'll be surprised if he scored.
Any team that Mike Conley plays for, he'll always be their most overpaid player. He's still on what was a max contract and has still never been an all-star. Now, I'm not saying that you have to be an all-star to get paid a lot. I'm just saying
Hey
that
man,
he's
these
played at
owners,
about
these
the
owners,
same
man.
level ever since
These
he signed
owners,
that
bro.
deal
I don't know
in
what they be on, bro.
2016, and I assume the Grizzlies thought that he was going to get a lot better, which was why they gave it to him, but he hasn't. The Pelicans, not a super exciting one, but this one goes to Derek Favors, who made $17
They keep
million
saying not an
this
exciting
year,
one because
and that's what he
he's
made last
not.
year too.
I
And I still don't have
I've never
any
even
idea
seen
why
him.
the Jazz gave him a deal like
I
that.
don't even
when
think
they
people
did.
even
The Spurs,
pay
where
to
we
watch
have
him.
DeMar DeRozan, and well, it turns out that DeMar DeRozan was the reason that the Raptors could never take things to the next level back when he played for them, because they won a championship last year, did great this year, and Kyle Lowry's played better than he ever has. All while DeRozan's the highest paid player on the Spurs, and they couldn't even make the
deserves it, man.
playoffs. The Thunder.
He deserves
For the
it.
Oklahoma City
He was
Thunder,
doing crazy shit
surprisingly, I'm not really mad at
in
anyone's
Toronto. Yeah, he
contract.
deserves it, man.
At the start of
What are
last
you talking
year,
about?
a lot of people said CP3 was the most overpaid player in the league. But after this year, there's no way. If I had to give it to somebody, though, I'd probably say Steven Adams. And last time I said
Steven
this,
Adams,
got angry.
Steven
So I know
Adams
it's
deserves
coming,
it.
but
He's underrated, man.
he does a lot on the court, on and off the ball, but $25 million a year, he's
He
not
deserves
that
it,
fair.
man. He's
For the
underrated.
Houston Rockets, we have Russell Westbrook. And okay, I know what you're thinking. A lot of times I might be guilty of talking bad about Russ, but that's not what I'm doing here. In terms of across the NBA, he's not overpaid. He deserves the max deal, but while he's playing with Harden and is being paid more than him, which has made him the highest paid on the team, we could call him that. So just in that aspect,
nah,
just in
you
terms
tweaking,
of
bro.
Rockets
You
players,
tweaking, bro.
he's overpaid. Plus, he was the only one I could even make an
Tweaking,
argument
bro.
about on this team, so I had to do it. The Mavericks.
That's cap.
Then with the Mavs,
He
there's
deserves it,
also
man.
not really anyone who's making too much, aside from Tim Hardaway
He averaged
Jr.
triple-double.
He's a great pure
2
scorer,
times.
and most players would love a player like that on their team. But probably not for $18 million a year.
Yeah, man, this guy's sad, bro. Like, you're a disgrace to your parents, bro. Like, your dad was in the NBA, bro. Like, bro, how do you have a dad in the NBA? You grow up, you come to the league, and you're average, bro. Like, you should already know the ropes. You should have been training like high-class trainers. You should have been ahead of everybody, man. You come, you're not even role player. That's sad, bro.
Just seems like a little much compared to how productive he
Imagine
is.
if I had
the
your
Blazers.
imagine
It's
if
a no contest for Portland, though. Seeing that Hassan Whiteside made $27 million this year, just as much as CJ McCollum did. He's a good player, and on a new team, he'll probably get like a $15 million a year contract somewhere, especially from a team that could really use a center.
That
He had
man
no
Hassan
business making
Whiteside,
anywhere
bro.
near that this season.
I'm
The
gonna give it to him. I
Grizzlies-
messed with him a
the
little bit,
Grizzlies
though, so I'm
then
gonna give it to him.
have
I'm gonna give it to him.
Chang, who somehow, for some reason, is the team's highest paid, making over $16 million a year. The Suns are paying
I don't
Ricky
know who
Rubio
Bro is.
just about that same amount, and I'd say they really aren't paying anyone too much. But if I really had to pick someone, I would say Rubio, just by a little bit. I like the dynamic he brought to Phoenix this year. They desperately needed a point guard, so after they missed out on basically everyone else during last
Westbrook was
offseason,
busting his ass.
was
He
all
don't
that was
deserve it,
left,
man.
which was why they overpaid him. The Kings. A lot of young teams' front offices are doing things right, but the Sacramento Kings aren't one of them. They got Harrison Barnes making $25 million this season, and that's just way too much. And also, Kent Bazemore's
Yeah,
making $19
I forgot about-
million,
I
which is
forgot
also
about him
too
after he
much,
left the
but
Warriors.
They traded for him. Well, they re-signed Harrison
At the Warriors,
to this deal.
yeah,
And
he
I
deserved
just
that.
waited out next
After the
time for a
Warriors,
better player.
nah,
Instead
bro,
of
you don't
giving someone
deserve
who
that
averages
at
14
all.
points a game in their prime, $20
$8 million
million
would've
a
been good
year.
for you.
The Wolves then took on Evan Turner's bad deal this year and paid him $18 million for the last
bro,
season of his
Evan Turner's
contract.
fucking
I
garbage,
still
bro.
really have no idea how
Evan
he landed a
Turner's- I
contract
don't know how
that big
dudes
in the
like that
first
make it to the
place.
NBA,
And
bro.
that might not ever make
I don't
sense.
know how dudes
the
like
fact
that
that
make it
James
to the NBA.
Johnson's
Yeah, that
also
would never
making
make sense,
$15
man.
million a year probably won't ever make sense either. Then finally we have the Warriors, who do a great job of handling all the contracts on their team. They haven't overpaid anyone. And
Andrew Wiggins, man. We gonna end it off with you as you see the videos by the end. You already know how I feel about you, bro. I'm gonna say this again, bro. The way you was playing in high school, you should have been better than Wilt, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. You should have scored 100 points in the NBA. You should have scored 105 and beat Wilt, bro, the way you was playing in high school.
as we know,
I'm
the
just
only
keep it
reason
like
they
that.
have any
Bro, you
on the
lost.
roster may-
Bro, you was more buff in high school than now. How does that happen? You lost weight where somewhere they take like lifting weights and physicality and stuff serious. Like, hey man,
$27 million a year
27
on a
million
max
a year.
contract is because they're waiting to
you
trade
don't
him.
deserve that
Still
shit, bro.
paid too much, but it's
You
not
deserve
the
$2
Warriors'
million,
fault.
bro.
There's just so many players getting these
For
huge
being one of the
contracts,
biggest bust
and
I've
it's
seen,
crazy.
bro.
There was at least one from almost every team and multiple from almost every
It's
team.
like you got more
Just
ass,
throwing
bro, in
out
the
money,
NBA, bro.
hoping
Like,
that
how does that
players
happen, bro?
superstars when they
How do you
aren't, and
down?
costing a big
How do you
time.
go down, bro?
Comment
Like, how do you?
below if
Like, the
the
whole
most
point
overpaid
purpose is like
league
going up.
drop.
Hey man, that's gonna do it, man. Hey, y'all subscribe if y'all new. We going up 2021. Like, comment, subscribe. You know, subscribe if you're new, man. Subscribe if you're new, man. And we out, man.